Welcome back to No One Listens to Pat Meredith. I'm Owen.
I am Matt.
And what are we getting into today?
We are going to dive into some great folk music.
Okay.
And one of my favorite things of folk music is storytelling. That's the beautiful thing of folk music. It's singer-songwriter stuff. But there's my favorite folk singer is a guy named Gordon Lightfoot.
Okay.
Gordon Lightfoot's out of Canada. Sings a lot of nature stories, but kind of a voice everyone would know, but maybe you don't know where you've heard him. I really like Gordon Lightfoot. My dad turned me on to him when I was younger, and it just kind of stuck. And but there's this song. It's called "The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald."
Okay.
And the Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald talks about this cargo ship that is carrying far too big of a load and gets caught in a storm and ends up sinking. All right. Now, the cool thing about the song is not just the story. It's a really powerful story. It's an honorable story, honoring the men who died in it. But the fact when you go and you research the song, this was a one-take, first-time song in the studio.
Really? Okay, cool.
They got to the studio, and I guess they needed another song, and they'd never played this together, and one-timed it through, and that's the song on the album.
Cool.
And Gordon's just great. I love Gordon. He's got a real distinct voice, and I just think this song is really honorable to the guys and what happened.
Okay.
And it's a really sad story, but I just think it's
I've never heard of this person.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this song. So I'm excited to get into it, but I like folky music.
Yeah.
And I like songs that tell stories, so I'm intrigued. I like that sound so far.
The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchagumi. The lake, it is said, never gives up her dead when the skies of November turn gloomy. With a load of iron ore, 26,000 tons more than the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed empty. That good ship and true was a bone to be chewed when the gales of November came early. The ship was the pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin. As the big freighters go, it was bigger than most, with a crew and good captain well seasoned, concluding some terms with a couple of steel firms when they left fully loaded for Cleveland. Then later that night when the ship's bell rang, could it be the north wind they'd been feeling? The wind in the wires made a tattletale sound, and the wave broke over the railing. And every man knew, as the captain did too, 'twas the witch of November come stealing. The dawn came late and the breakfast had to wait when the gales of November came slashing. When afternoon came, it was freezing rain in the face of a hurricane west wind. When supper time came, the old cook came on deck saying, "Fellas, it's too rough to feed you." At 7 p.m. a main hatchway caved in. He said, "Fellas, it's been good to know ya." The captain wired in, he had water coming in, and the good ship and crew was in peril. And later that night when his lights went out of sight, came the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Oh, shoot. I'm excited. I like this.
Yeah.
I think this is really good so far.
I love a good story.
And my brain's working double time right now because I'm trying to stay on to the song, but I'm also trying to stay on to the fact that this is the first time they've recorded it.
Yeah.
And it's sounding amazing.
Yeah.
Like the drum cue, there's like a synth going on in this ear. There's
Yeah.
like it's kind of like, I don't know, it works well because, when you're watching a movie or animated movie where the ship is in the sea, you kind of hear like,
Yeah.
like it's working really well and it's building up and swelling, and it's doing a good job. I'm really intrigued.
Yeah. And I think he does such a good job telling the story.
Yeah.
It's not just the overall picture. It's, guys, it's too rough to feed you. It's been good to know you. Like you can kind of see all of them recognizing the demise.
Yep. Seeing it coming and just accepting their fate.
Yeah. And this next line hits hard.
Okay.
And we'll just get into it. But I think it's just a powerful line for when you're in turmoil where your mind naturally wants to go.
Right. Oh, okay. All right. I'm intrigued.
Does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours? The searchers all say they'd have made Whitefish Bay if they'd put 15 more miles behind her. They might have split up or they might have capsized. They may have broke deep and took water. And all that remains is the faces and the names of the wives and the sons and the daughters. Lake Huron rolls, Superior sings in the rooms of her ice water mansion. Old Michigan steams like a young man's dreams. The islands and bays are for sportsmen. And farther below, Lake Ontario takes in what Lake Erie can send her. The iron boats go as the mariners all know, with the gales of November remembered. In a musty old hall in Detroit they prayed in the Maritime Sailors Cathedral. The church bell chimed till it rang 29 times for each man on the Edmund Fitzgerald. And the legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchagumi. Superior, they said, never gives up her dead when the gales of November come early.
I like that callback at the end there. That's what I
Yeah.
was checking.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so good.
it sets it off so well. I'll say this while you're looking up whatever. That lyric that you were just talking about, like the whole stanza of lyrics right there are so real. Because everybody tries to like, as soon as something tragic happens, I mean like a real tragedy, like people's first thoughts are, oh, this wouldn't have happened if we weren't in this situation, or if they had just gone, blah, 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 blah. And a lot of people naturally blame God for those things. Like.
And I think this is such a powerful line. Like, does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves are turned in minutes, hours, right? It's hard to reconcile that we live in a broken world with a God that loves us, who knows that there's a broken world going on. Like, our minds don't compute with that. And he's no religious person at all, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think this is just such a real lyric of where is God? Where is God?
Yeah.
You know, and these guys, 29 men on this boat, just being pushed around. I mean, this boat was huge. You can look at the picture of it.
Yeah.
Huge, just being tossed around like a rag doll.
Yeah.
You know, and they had to have been thinking like, what? Like, where's God in this?
Well, and even if they're not religious,
Yeah.
like I feel like a natural instinct of near-death experience is praying to God.
Yeah.
You know, or something.
Yeah.
You know, trying to find a divine power. Like, please, like, stop this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's I was looking up the last words transmitted from
Okay.
the Edmund Fitzgerald was, "We are holding our own."
Wow.
And for me as a believer,
Yeah.
these are the last words you say before your life falls apart because you can't hold your own. We try to hold our own,
Yeah.
and we can't hold our own.
Possible.
So I don't know. This is just one of those songs. I think it is a brutally sad song.
Oh, yeah.
But I think he did such a good job honoring the men. And you can look at, they found the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. You can go, you can't, it's illegal to dive there. No one's ever
Really?
dove there. But there is a plaque that's there and on the lake. And
That's so
I just think it's such an interesting story. And it was, you know, they overloaded them. I don't know if that was the captain's choice. Was that the company choice?
Yeah.
You know, if they would have got 15 more miles, like everything would like,
Yeah, exactly. Those
was
what
like,
if
oh,
moments.
gosh, like if we would have done this, if we would have done this, if we would have done this. But here's what we know is that tragedy struck.
And it's funny because, I mean, like you said, like we are not in control of anything. Nothing is in
Yeah.
our hands, especially like in situations like that where you literally have no control.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, I love this last lyric here. All that remains is the faces and names of the wives and the sons and the daughters. Because, like, you look at obituaries, it's like
Yeah.
they're remembered by,
Yeah.
and all the names that follow. It's like,
Yeah.
it's so real and it's so raw, you know, because it really is natural for when these things happen to be like, God, why are you answering this prayer and doing this, but not there in that situation? And it's like, that's a really interesting one for me to even dwell into as a believer.
It's a hard question.
And I've been thinking about that a lot before even listening to this. Of like, I mean, God's intervention is, not to be like it's all perfect from God. You know, like the fact that we even know any sort of good or any sort of peace in it at all is because of God. You know,
And just because we don't understand it doesn't mean it's not good.
yeah, exactly.
Or real.
That there's probably purpose.
Yeah.
You know,
It's hard. It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, yeah. And that's all I can say on that because it's such a gray area for me.
Yeah.
It's such a hard area for me. And
What'd you think of the song overall?
I think it's really good. I think the vibe is nice. Like I said, there's sounds like it kind of sounds like there's a harmonica in there, but I could not tell. I couldn't tell if it was just the sound of the guitar in the background, but it kind of sounded like a harmonica was playing. But either way, it fit the another good word for vibe? It fit like the story.
Yeah.
I felt like the instrumental and the fact that they just wound up doing that and that's what came out of that was really good in one take.
Yeah.
Everything just felt like a kind of a campfire story, you know, telling a tale. And I thought his voice was really good, really unique, and fit this storytelling.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I really liked it. I think this is a song that complements itself from every angle. Like nothing feels really out of place. And I think it's really good. It's really interesting. And one that would spark curiosity for me that I would want to do more research into after.
Hey,
figuring
dive
out
into
some-
Gordon.
Yeah. So
Everyone needs some Gordon in their life.
yeah, so maybe we'll return to him in the channel. Is there another song that you like more or less, like kind of in these parts? Or?
There's not another song like this, but he has a ton of good songs.
Okay.
A ton of good songs. So if you want us to dive into Gordon Lightfoot,
Yeah.
I
will
board.
withhold from listening to him if we can react to it live on the channel.
Oh man.
But yeah, this was great. I really
He's a storyteller.
Yeah.
He writes some good ballads. Great love songs.
Yeah, well, I'll say this: like I do kind of like the basic layout of songs where you've got a verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. You know, a lot of the times that works for me. And this is a song where it's verse, verse, and it still kept me in the entire time.
Yeah.
You know, and I wanted to know where this was going because he did such a good job of, like I said, bringing it back to the beginning there with you hear this, he's setting the scene. It's like you're reading a book.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a good book that you're listening to, because you don't just start off knowing the characters.
Yeah.
You start off with a setting and kind of an environment first, and kind of getting to know the situation for then the climax to happen, and then the following action there.
This would be a great movie.
Oh, 1,000%.
And I'd be so scared to watch it. It's terrifying for me to be to think about being in a storm on a boat in the middle of, well, this is the lake, like a Great Lake, but it's still like the size of an ocean. Like it's stupid how big the Great Lake
is. It is kind of funny that you mentioned all those lakes up there in Michigan, like by name.
That's where it took place.
Yeah.
So it's wild.
And yeah, the way that he, I guess, what would you say, personifies the lakes, you know, like we pass on it. Like there's a lot of good, I guess this is like a teacher side. There's a lot of good, like, language arts, a lot of good different things going on here that I really enjoyed, like symbolism wise. And it is just really interesting. It's a really good lyricism that, I don't know, I wish more artists nowadays would use. I miss when music would tell good stories, you know.
Well, we will definitely get into more Gordon.
Yeah, that's good. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, let us know what you think in the comments, and let us know if you want more. We're shooting for 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so help us get there. And you got anything else?
Good
All right, well, until next time, we love you, and peace out.